Hi, this is Mary with Architectural Craftsman. I'm also known as the Nordic goddess to Joe. And if you don't understand that reference, just check the link in the comments below and then come back and listen to this video because I'm going to tell you about my side of the story of our blind date. This was in 1978 in Manhattan, Kansas, and he invited me to his fraternity's formal. And I got a phone call from him. Never met him before. Obviously, it was a blind date, so conversation was really nice, very easygoing. He was very personable, and I thought, hey, this is a nice guy. I think I'll give it a shot. So we set up the date, and then we went off to our separate ways during Thanksgiving break, and that's when I got my outfit for the party. So it was disco era. So I got a pink shiny dress. And back then, all you could find was heels that were like this big, so like 4-inch heels. And I'm already tall. I'm 6 feet tall already, so I was going to be 6'4". So I was a little concerned about that, but we came back to school and we had a conversation, just finalizing our plans. And I said, by the way, you know, I'm going to be 6'4", and I'm already 6 feet. Are you going to be okay with that? And he says, no problem. I've got platform shoes. So he's got his platform shoes, and he tells me he's going to be in a white suit. So I should be able to see him when he comes to pick me up. So the day comes, and he calls up to my room in the dorm and says he's there. So I go downstairs in the elevator, and in the other video, you'll hear about the elevator moment, and that's where the Nordic goddess comes in. But I didn't have that same experience. But anyway, it was all right. I found him. He's the guy in the white suit. And he hands me, not a corsage, like most guys do. He handed me a bud vase with a single rosebud in it, which I thought was very sweet, but very odd. So anyway, I'm thinking maybe he's not very experienced at this kind of thing. So I take it, and we go out to get in his car to go to the dinner. And I look up, and there's this big red van. And I'm thinking, oh my God, please don't be that van. Please don't be that van. Because where I grew up, nice girls didn't go out with guys that had vans like that. So sure enough, that was his van. And he was a gentleman. He took me around, and he opened the door for me, helped me get in, and all that kind of thing. And so there I sit, holding my rosebud in a vase. And no cup holders in there back then, so I'm just sitting there holding it. We go to the dinner, and I can't leave the flower in the van because it'll freeze, so I take it in, and it becomes our centerpiece. So we have a lovely dinner and good conversation and all that, and then it's time to leave the dinner and go to the dance. So I picked up the centerpiece and carried it out with me. Felt kind of strange, but it was my rose. So anyway, we get to the dance at his fraternity house, and again, I can't leave the flower sitting in the car, it'll freeze. So I take it in to the dance, and I don't know what I did. I must have set it down somewhere, I guess, but it eventually made it back to my dorm room with me later on that night. But it was just a funny time, back in the 70s and disco era. And who knew, 45 years later, that we would be married, we would have adopted 3 children, raised a family, had several successful businesses, and the last 23 of those years, we've had Architectural Craftsman, and it's been a great experience. All of the ups and downs that we've gone through our 45 years, and it's just taught us a lot. We get along so well. He's the yin to my yang, vice versa, and it's just a great thing, and he's a great guy. And I hope you enjoyed my side of the story. If you haven't checked out the other one, go take a listen. And we'll see you next time. Thanks.